McGillis Farid has taken control of Gundam Bale, which supposedly houses the soul of Ognika Kairu. This gives him the authority to spark the flames of a civil war amongst Gallarhorn. It's McGillis Farid going up against the Aryan Hod fleet, and Tekkadan is getting dragged into this conflict, which will be known as the last battle. Who will survive? Find out in my review of this week's episode of Iron-Blooded Orphans. Ladies and gentlemen, set sail for the end of Iron-Blooded Orphans. It looks like we're finally getting ready to head towards the finale, and I have a feeling it's going to be incredibly tragic as we head towards that fateful day that Kudelia Ina Bernstein warned us about all those episodes ago. This week's episode right here was a great precursor to what is going to be the last battle of the series. What I think I love most about it is that I still don't quite know who to root for. And that, of course, is one of the cornerstones of the Gundam anime franchise, is that not every single character or faction is exactly black and white in terms of being good or evil. And each side certainly has their very own aspirations, with McGillis Farid, of course, taking over the Gallarhorn organization, trying to get the approval of the 7 stars with the power of Gundam Bale. What's most interesting, however, is that the higher-ups are going to be neutral. They're not going to help out either side, and this sort of leaves him in this position where he himself is going to have to go up against the Aryan Hod fleet, and is going to have to bring Tekkadan along for this big mission. A mission that Orga is not exactly all that excited about. Fans of the Bright Slap are going to love the fact that it comes back in the form of Orca punching the shit out of McGillis, and frankly, it feels good. What's most surprising, however, is that Orga says that they're still going to go along with McGillis's plan. They never have any plans to actually betray anyone that they're working with, and this could end up biting them in the ass later on, because I still feel that McGillis is basically going to turn Tekkadan into his very own personal scapegoat or human shield. I'd also be remiss if I didn't talk about that incredibly intense scene between both McGillis and Almeria. Almeria's head has basically just been scrambled. Her brain has been thrown against the frickin' pavement. She does not know what to feel right now. She still cares about McGillis, but she's also untrusting of him now because of what's happened with her brother, the fact that he was supposedly killed, and now he's back as some sort of weird, freaky cyborg badass. She doesn't know what to do here, and she almost feels as if she needs to kill McGillis. She doesn't have the frickin' cojones to do that, so she decides to take a knife and jam it right into her throat, but before that can happen, McGillis actually stops her, not just stopping the blade, but actually being injured all in the same when the damn blade goes right through his hand. It shows that he still seems to care about her a little bit, or maybe he's just trying to save face in order to hold on to this little bit of power. What's very disturbing about this is that we learn that Almeria is not just a dunce. She's not just stupid. She actually knows what's going on here, and she's even conflicted with the fact that she still is in love with McGillis, despite the terrible things that he has done. It's a very human scene, and actually makes me believe in the character a little bit more, and I can't wait to see where that's all going to be headed. I'm really glad that the preview didn't, give away the fact that she was going to be hurt or something. Like, when I looked at the preview from last week's episode, I was almost convinced that she was going to be offed or murdered in this episode, but no, it was something else entirely, and she's transforming into a completely different character. It's still kind of creepy, though, just the fact that she's incredibly underage when compared to McGillis, and it is even stranger that he's starting to show his true self to her, and that she's completely okay with that. Frankly, the scene was just kind of disturbing. The rest of the episode, however, is basically more of just a build-up for the big final battle of the series. The Aryan Hod fleet is getting very serious. They're bringing out all of their big guns, and even Eok is back. Yes, he is back from detention, and I'm just waiting for the moment where he's going to be completely squished. And then there's the big scene at the end. As everyone in Tekkadan is preparing for the big final battle, we have a great scene between Atra and Mikazuki, where Atra finally decides to confess her love. In a very nice, tender, loving scene, Mikazuki decides to console her by hugging her and basically reaffirming that they have a strong relationship which could potentially lead to some love in the future. I'm not sure where this is going to be headed, but I can't wait to see. I have a feeling, though, like I've said many times, that it's going to be incredibly tragic. So strap in, my friends, as we get this much closer to the end of Iron-Blooded Orphans. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Iron-Blooded Orphans? Yes, this was certainly a calm before the storm, and like I said, I just don't know who to root for here. I'm definitely on the Tekkadan side of things, but all factions have done something sort of bad and sort of malicious in some ways. You can say that the ends justify the means all you want, but every single faction truly is misguided in the things that they are doing. But that's sort of the beauty of this series. It's kind of like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You just can't look away, and you're just going to hope for the best, that some of these characters are going to make it out of this with some semblance of humanity. This is still a pretty strong episode right here, which again demonstrates that every single character is incredibly interesting and engrossing in their very own way. McGillis is such a interesting and intriguing character, and at first he sort of came across as a Char clone, but in many ways I kind of like him a little bit more. I still love Char Aznable. I think he's one of my favorite characters from Gundam period, but I can't predict what it is that McGillis is going to do at this point, whereas Char, I kind of knew where he was going with all of his plans. That didn't make them any less entertaining. In fact, this one right here, I think, stands alone. I think it's really good. It's a great episode with fantastic production value. I'm dropping a 5 out of 5 on this one. This is a great story-centric episode, which will get you really pumped up for the finale. So there it is. That's my thoughts this week. But if any of you guys did watch this week's episode, make sure to tell me what you thought about it in the comment section below and what you hope to see from the last battle of Iron-Blooded Orphans. What group are you rooting for? Who's going to live? Who's going to die? Do you actually want to see a third season or something new after Iron-Blooded Orphans Season 2 has concluded? Please tell me all your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for all things Gundam related and anime reviews. Leave me a comment or two. I'd love to chat with you guys. And if you liked this video, please like it, share it with all your friends. I'd really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, stay dandy, baby.